Okay, it is time for me to explain what I meant when I said that having HIV was not a big deal. So when I made this video back in August, I was basically talking to my Facebook friends and giving them my story about what had happened to me. So I put it on YouTube because it was a platform that I could actually put a 30-minute video on. I wanted my friends and all the people that I went to high school with and family members to know exactly what had happened to me from the time that I knew that I had HIV and my illness and what I went through and when I got better. I wanted them to know the whole story, so I put it on YouTube. And what happened was it went, I know it's always funny to say, it went viral. So a lot of people have seen it now. It's 160,000 views right now. And I never anticipated that. I thought this was going to be something that just people that knew me personally, I thought maybe it would reach somebody out there, hopefully. You know, I thought it was going to get, I thought over time, maybe, who knows, maybe 5,000 people might see it over the next couple years. That was kind of my ballpark figure. But when I made the video, I never thought about too much about the fact that I said HIV is not a big deal. Because to me, in my journey, what I am going through, it isn't a big deal. And what I mean by that, let me clarify, is not that AIDS isn't a big deal, and that people dying of AIDS isn't a big deal, and that people that are not treated for HIV isn't a big deal. That's not what I meant. What I mean is that me having HIV and being medicated for it, and the way I feel with HIV on medication, it is like nothing to me. And I understand that there's people that have depression over this, so they have to them it is a big deal, and it's hard for them to function because of the fact that they know they have it. It's more of a mental thing. For me, I don't know why, but I don't have that problem. I'm fine with it. And physically, I feel nothing. So medically, if you're medically treated for HIV, you really shouldn't feel anything because it's really barely even in your blood. Like there's barely anything in my blood anymore, any HIV, because of the medication. It's just completely eradicated it. So it's weird actually to sit here and say that I have HIV because it's really barely in me. It's such a trace amount that it's doing absolutely nothing to my body because it's barely there. So when I say HIV isn't a big deal, I mean me being medicated on my medication and how I feel with HIV in my body. I don't think a lot of people understand that when you take the medication, it literally wipes it out completely. It stops the replication, and there are like little trace pieces floating around there, but they're harmless to me. They're not doing anything. So you know, I'm not going to transmit it to anybody. It's barely in me. It's not affecting my body in any way. But yes, AIDS is a big deal, and I went through it, and I know that, and I know how awful it was. And for all those people that have died of AIDS, I think you know from my first video how I feel about that. I would never, ever want to disrespect anybody who has gone through having AIDS and dying from it. That was not my point. And saying that HIV is not a big deal was absolutely 100% meant about how I feel taking this medication. So hopefully that is cleared up. It's been bothering me for a while. It's one of those things in my video that seems to spark a lot of anger from people, and I just think it was a misunderstanding 100%. So I hope this clarifies it. I hope people understand where I'm coming from. I would never, ever disrespect people that are not able to get treatment in other countries. I know that there's countries that still have trouble getting treatment. I know the Philippines is one of them. I hope this clarifies what I meant when I said HIV isn't a big deal. No disrespect at all. Okay. Thank you guys so much again for all your support and watching my videos. And I'm going to be back soon with a slideshow video that I've been working really hard on, and it's going to include the whole story of when it first started and basically where I'm at now with what's happened via YouTube and all of this exciting stuff. So again, it's just been amazing meeting so many people, and some of these things that people write to me just blow my mind. I'm in tears a lot, I can't tell you. Like people that say that they literally would have killed themselves had they not found my video, had they not had communication with me while they were waiting for testing. And I do have to say that there have been, I'd say maybe about maybe 40 people since this has started who have like kind of waited for testing while they've found my video and been in contact with me, and they've tested and then they've retested or whatever. Not one of those, not one. And they were, I have to say, 90% of them were 100% sure they had it. Not one of them were positive. So there are lots of symptoms that can seem very similar to HIV. It doesn't necessarily mean you have it. So all I can say again is just, you know, test. If I had known then what I know now about it, I never would have freaked out, honestly. That's why I'm doing this, because I want people to know in the midst, while they're waiting, they really don't have to be freaking out. It's not the end of the world. Well, if you're in the US, it's definitely not the end of the world. Everybody can be treated in the US. I'm going. Until next time, bye.